Hi friends, Teacher Rachel here today, and this week we are working on the letter R. So R is where you kind of take your fingers and curl them around each other, R. So today we're going to do an activity that not only has to do with R, but also has to do with spring, which is coming soon. So we are going to be doing rainbows. So rainbow is two words, it's rain and bow, and so it's R-A-I-N-B-O-W, rainbow. And rainbows are made where light is refracting through little teeny tiny droplets of water, which is why you tend to see them after it rains. So today we're going to be using the paints and the new brush that came in your materials kit. You also got 2 paper plates, and then I need you to grab from your stuff at home a pair of scissors, and then I have a little jar of water and a paper towel, or you can have a cup and a paper towel or a regular towel, just so that I can rinse my brush if I want to. So rainbows are made up of a lot of colors, right? And you see that I only gave you 3. So the 3 colors that I gave you are called prime colors, and you can mix these colors to make secondary colors. So primary colors and secondary colors. So the primary colors are blue, red, and yellow. Secondary colors would be, if you mix blue and yellow, it makes green. If you mix blue and red, it makes purple. And then finally, if you mix red and yellow, it makes orange. So we can do the different colors of the rainbow. So the rainbow is red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, or violet. Some people call it Roy G. Biv. So red, orange, yellow for Roy, green with the G, blue with the B, indigo, which is also a purple, and which is I, and violet. So that's Biv. So that's just an easy way to remember it. But yeah, so we're gonna be practicing some cutting and some color mixing. So first though, we're gonna go ahead and paint our plate, and then I'm gonna pause the video so it dries, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna cut it, because we are going to make a rainbow swirl that you can hang and it'll spiral, a rainbow spiral. Okay, so first thing I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna start with red. And you can paint your plate however you want. This is just how I'm gonna do mine. I'm actually going to pour a little bit of paint on my plate. Actually, I will just dip my brush in. There we go. And set that aside. And I'm gonna paint a red stripe here. Let's see. I might wanna have a paper towel or something down. I'm gonna end up having to clean the table when I'm done. And then I think I'm gonna paint a red over here. Now here's where it's gonna get a little bit tricky, because next would be orange, right? So I'm gonna set my brush aside, and you can either using the other plate, or you can just mix it straight on here. I'm gonna take a little bit of red and put it on my plate and set my red aside. And then I'm gonna take a little bit of yellow and boop, like that should be plenty. And I'm going to mix them together. Mix, 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 mix. And it's going to make orange. See? I might put a little bit more yellow. That red is pretty strong. And I want to have a nice yellowy color. Let's see. Mix, 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 mix. All right. So I've got my orange going on now, and it'll be easier to see that it's orange when I move it over here and put it on my plate. See, I've got a nice orangey color. Ta-da. Some more, put it over here. They can overlap. There we go. And then I'm gonna rinse my brush. Rinse, 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 rinse. And I'm gonna grab my yellow and put a little bit on right here. And I'm gonna go ahead and paint my yellow stripe. I'll come over here and paint another yellow stripe. I'd love to see how your guys turns out, because you can do so many different things with these colors. Okay, and now I'm gonna have to rinse off my paintbrush again. Paintbrushes don't really like to rinse very well. got my paintbrush. Now I'm going to mix a little bit of yellow. So there's my yellow with a little bit of blue. Do you remember what color comes with that? That's right, green. So I'm gonna put a little, whoops, too much blue. I'm gonna move some of my blue over here, as that came out a lot faster than I thought. Mix these two together, mix it, mix it, mix it, and then look, that made green. Check out that cool, it's like an emerald green color. I really am digging it. So we're gonna take that green and put it on here. See? A little bit, put it over here. I'm probably gonna run out of room for purple on this side, but that is okay. So I've got my green, and now I'm gonna rinse my brush a little bit. Okay, dry it off a little bit. And I'm gonna get some blue and put a stripe of blue on. Check that out. And I'm gonna end this over here with a little bit of blue. I'm definitely gonna have to clean this table. And then I have blue on my plate already. I'll add a little bit more blue to my plate. So here I've got a little blob of blue. You can see it right there. And I'm going to add a little bit of red. So we gotta come all the way back around full circle. Use a clean brush to get some of the red out. Dry it off. Get a nice little scoop of red there. And mix it in with this blue, and let's see what happens. Ooh, it's making a dark purple, almost like a royal purple. Look at that. So we've got our nice dark purple here, and I can take it and spread it here. Can you see how purpley it is? Right here in between. So here I've got my rainbow plate. Now you can do like a rainbow swirl, you can do whatever you want. See, I dropped a blob of blue paint there. However you want it to look. Now I'm gonna save all my paints because there's still plenty of paint that I could do another project with them. And put them back in the bag. And so I'm gonna let my plate dry, and then I'm going to come back and show you what we do next. You can also paint this plate too. So now that I've got like all of my, now I've used all the mixed colors that I wanna use, like there's a rainbow on the table. I can take a brush and you can mix and see what other colors you can make. If you mix all the colors together, you're probably gonna end up with brown. That's kind of what happens. But you can always try to mix it and see what you get. So I can paint like, ooh, I'm gonna put some orange over here and maybe some kind of orangey yellow over here, and we'll get some green going, and let's see, and then my purple and blue. So you can paint your plate however you want. I do suggest painting the back side of it instead of this side, but I think either way will work. So look, I've got that cool plate too now. All right, so I'm gonna go wash my hands, I'm gonna clean up my mess, and I will be right back. All right. Okay, and I'm back. I let my paper plate sit for probably close to an hour, and it's still, if you can see it, there are still some little wet spots, so I'm just gonna do my best to work around those. So now we're gonna do the tricky part, which is the cutting part. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut a spiral. We're gonna circle it around and around and around. And it might be easier for you if you were to take a pencil and draw a spiral, or have an adult or a big kid draw a spiral for you to follow. And so a spiral would start and it would slowly work its way towards the middle from the outside in. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut it, and we'll see how it turns out. Ready? All right, so I'm gonna start kind of curving it in a little bit. See how I'm cutting around, and I've got one hand that's slowly turning the plate, and my other hand is actually not even really moving, if you can see it. It's holding still. It's maybe turned in a little bit, but not very much. And so I'm just gonna keep going. One big long cut. Just keep on cutting. And if you mess it up, that's okay. It's still gonna turn out super cool. Or you can always use the other plate. Keep going, I'm gonna keep going, I got this. Round and around I go. Ah! I stuck my finger in blue paint. round and round and round and round. Oh my goodness, it just keeps going. Ooh, almost done. All right, so now I have my plate. Oh, I got orange paint on my hand too. Oh my goodness. Okay, so now I have my plate, but I can go like this. See, it's boingy boingy. All right, let me see if I can turn the camera up so you can see my face. Or, you know what, I'll just take the camera off like so. And you can see it kind of goes boing like this. See it? Let's see, like that. You see? It's a big, beautiful spiral all the way from the top to the bottom. So see, it doesn't really matter what color paints you get on there, what they look like. It's still gonna look super cool. So there's my rainbow spiral. I'm really excited to see your guys. Send me pictures and what it looks like. Maybe hang it up in your room. You could put a little string through the top or just a piece of tape or hang it somewhere just to be decorative and fun. You could put glitter and stickers, whatever you want on there. Maybe some little unicorns, stickers sliding down, or some snakes climbing around on it. However you want to personalize it, I would love to see it. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this fun rainbow spiral project. I'll see you next time.